Students of first year degree. Today we shall be dealing with question tags. This is another part of grammar that you have for study. So what are question tags? When do you make use of question tags? There are certain rules which you have to follow when you use question tags. Now, to be very simple, I'll give you an example of a question tag. For example, it is very cold today, isn't it? So, isn't it is the question tag. It is very cold today is a statement. Okay, it is a statement. So if you look at these two parts, it is very cold today, comma, isn't it? You put a question mark at the end of the question tag. You see that it has got two parts. That is, it is very cold today is a statement, a positive statement. Isn't it is the question tag. Now, when you look at the slide, you will see that the first point there, the first bullet point there says that question tag is a grammatical structure in which an imperative statement is turned into a question by the addition of a interrogative tag or a question tag. Interrogative means a question. Interrogation means asking questions. Okay. Now, we have plenty of time. This is a statement, an imperative statement. Is it clear? We have plenty of time. Haven't we? That is a question tag. So, a short question at the end of the statement is a question tag. A short, they are short questions at the end of the statements. Once again, let us look at it. We have plenty of time. This is a statement. At the end of it, you have the question tag. Haven't we? So, when do you use a question tag? Question tags are generally used in conversations when you want to confirm whether something is true or not. Question tags are used in conversation, in speech, when you want to confirm, to be very sure whether what you are stating is true or not. Or, to make it more simple, when you want a yes or a no for an answer. When you want to make sure, confirm whether you are right or wrong. Next, how do you form a question tag? A question tag is formed with the auxiliary or modal verb from the statement and the appropriate pronoun. That is verb plus pronoun plus the question mark. Once again, we are going to look at only these two examples. It is very cold today, isn't it? Now, I said, how do you form a question tag? When I said that, I made the statement that you have to form it by using an auxiliary or a modal verb. Now, what is this modal verb or helping verb in the example that we have taken? It is very cold today. Is the helping verb. And it is the pronoun. It is the pronoun. Now what you are going to do is take the helping verb or the modal or the auxiliary is and make it negative, because this is a positive statement. You're going to make it negative. Is changes to isn't, isn't, and after that you're going to add the pronoun it. It is very cold. Isn't it? Is converts to the negative form. Is becomes is not or isn't it. Is n apostrophe t when you write. Okay? Isn't it? And then at the end of that you have to add the question mark. So let us look at the rules. A positive statement is followed by a negative tag. The same sentence we will once again repeat. It is very cold today. I've already explained. Is becomes negative. See this, it is very cold is a positive statement, and when you want to ask a question, when you want somebody to agree with what you are saying, then you use the negative tag isn't it. I've given you two more examples here. There was a lot of traffic. Positive statement. Wasn't there. It becomes a negative tag. Was is the auxiliary verb. It is positive. You will change it to negative by making it was plus not, wasn't, and you're going to write it as WASN apostrophe T. There is the pronoun which you are going to repeat and then put a question mark. Look at the second example. Mary can speak English. Can't she? Now, Mary can. Noun plus the modal can. Now, when you want to add question tag, Mary can speak English. You want to be sure. So what do you do now? To the given statement, the positive helping verb can is converted to the negative form cannot, can't. Mary is the noun. You have to convert it to the pronoun. Make it can't she. So Mary can speak English. Positive statement is followed by a negative question tag, can't she. Now looking at the second rule there, second point. A negative statement takes or is followed by a positive tag. When your statement is negative, positive tag. For example, they don't like us. Don't. When you add no, never, hardly, then the sentence becomes negative. You say that the sentence is negative when you use not in a sentence, no in a sentence, then the sentence becomes negative. So here, they do not. Do plus not don't. They don't like us is a negative statement. It takes a positive question tag, do they. Jim won't be late. Will he? Won't becomes will. Jim, the pronoun you have to use for Jim is he. Then you put the question mark. Note that we often use a negative sentence plus positive tag to ask for things, to ask for information, or to ask somebody to do something. And then the voice goes up. You haven't got a pen, have you? So I am sure you don't have a pen. I want to confirm, I want to make sure that you don't have a pen. I'm asking for information and that is why I raise my voice. You haven't got a pen, have you? Again, the meaning of the question tag depends on how you say it. If your voice goes down, you are not really asking a question, but you are asking the listener to agree with you. For example, it is a nice day, isn't it? But if you say, if you're really asking a question, then your voice goes up. You haven't seen Mary today, have you? Look at the difference. Okay. In the first statement, it is a nice day, isn't it? So you're asking the listener to agree with you and he says, yes, it is a nice day. Now, there are certain rules which you have to follow while making use of question tags. So supposing you are using let's, that is a suggestion. The question tag will be shall we? Let's go for a walk. Shall we? Let's go to a movie. Shall we? So you're asking the person, or you're making a, more than asking, you're making a suggestion. So when you suggest something, when you use let's, then the question tag will be shall we. Next point. After the imperative, you're giving a command, do or don't do something. Then the question tag will be will you. Open the door. Will you? So there it is an imperative sentence. Shut up. Will you? Come here. Will you? So these are all sentences which are imperative, and that is why you have to use the question tag will you. Next. When the verb in the main sentence is in the present simple, we form the question tag with do or does. You play the guitar. Don't you? So this is a sentence in the simple present tense, and the auxiliary verb is not present. You cannot see it, but you understand. You play the guitar means you do play the guitar. So it is a positive sentence which will take a negative question tag. It is in simple present, so you have to use the verb do. You play the guitar, don't you? Alison likes tennis. Doesn't she? Doesn't she? Next. If the verb is in the past simple, if it is in the present, then do or does. If it is in the past simple, then the verb that you have to use is did. They went to the cinema. Went is past form. They went to the cinema. Didn't they? She studied in New Zealand. Didn't she? So here you have the simple past where you are going to use the verb did when you form the question tag. If it is positive, then it is did. How do you make it negative? Did not, by adding not. Okay. Next, you have exceptions to the rules. For example, when you are using the form I am, the interrogative form of I am is aren't I. For example, I am attractive. You say, aren't I? I am older than you, ain't I? Okay. When you use am, I am, the question tag, the interrogative form of I am will be aren't I. Now, sentences with words which with words like few, seldom, hardly are all considered negative. For example, few can speak French. Can they? Now, few is considered to be a negative form, and that is why you are going to use a positive question tag. Okay. Now, stop daydreaming, imperative sentence. Will you? I've already told you about this. It is an imperative sentence. Stop daydreaming. Listen. Open the door. All these will carry the question tag will you or won't you. If it is negative imperative, don't stop singing. Don't drop the glass. Again, the question tag will be will you. When you use something, nothing, the pronoun in the tag will become it. But when you use nobody, somebody, everybody, everyone, then the pronoun will change to they. So students, these are a few things that I want to tell you about this part of grammar that you have for study, that is question tags. So in your textbooks, that is the BA students, in your textbook you have chapter 3 question tags, that is on page 98. You can go through them and work out the exercises that are there on page 99, 100, 101. So you will understand the things better if you work out the exercises there on these pages. So also B.Sc students, you have question tags again on B.Sc BCA students. You can turn to page 43 in your textbooks. 43, 44, page 44, 45 and 46, 47. You have question tags. So after you listen to me, just go back to the grammar part in your textbooks and brush up whatever you have heard. I think it will help you to understand question tags better. So for the BA students or B.Sc students, very clearly there is explanation also on question tags. Students, if you have any doubts, you could post your doubts on my WhatsApp number, that is 8553812220. So I will be happy to help you. Thank you, students.